Well, you're good. You're right there. Yeah, YouTube. They like our YouTube. They love the YouTube.
Tracy.
Dominic.
Oh,
Yeah, so.
I should have banged Tracy.
You know her?
We went to school with her.
Dominic?
I did, right?
Well, you're on YouTube right now. You know you can hear that.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you gotta wait. Talk this shit. God damn.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
She was dating Mason Jordan when he was in high school.
That's her. Yeah, that's her.
She liked me first.
What else does though?
I should have got to it before Mason did it.
Well, guess what?
I didn't. And I was foreign conclusion.
Yeah.
She's a great girl, though. Such a
Can't
It's
hear.
not.
Can't hear this shit.
Cause you ain't got the goddamn mic on, man, right here.
No, that's the
Yeah, that's the mic.
something's not right.
You got speaker.
Oh, I know why.
There you go.
This one.
We're gonna get the big feedback.
Oh, hey, no.
No feedback. Okay. People getting used to that. You ain't gonna hit them with the feedback.
I can't do it. I need an engineer though.
Welcome to As the Crow Flies podcast. Welcome to As the Crow Flies podcast.
There it goes, though. You know what I'm gonna do. Hey, listen, people. My bad. My bad. I did not mean to do that. I think I'm gonna be today. I thought I was being a super sweet engineer. You know, like I said, I produce, create, innovate on a higher level. Man, listen, I always mess up somehow when I'm trying to be smooth. But welcome to As the Crow Flies podcast. We missed you guys from probably offensive and As the Crow Flies 2 weeks, and we've been out. But hey, my man Dover, give it up for TJMD, people.
Yeah, I'm back in town.
Hey, listen.
A lot of you didn't even know what was going. I took a little vacation with my brother Sean. Many of you know my brother Sean.
Yeah.
We went to Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
My first time going to Puerto Rico or even a place outside of the. Well, I've been to Canada, but I didn't go on vacation, so that doesn't count. But that's my first time going to somewhere that's outside of the lower 48.
Well, how was it, Dover? I mean, before we get into the podcast, we got time today.
Yeah.
It's us, and we're back in the dynamic duo. So how was the vacation? Talk to me about, did you see, people that talk to the show, that's listeners to the show, that's faithful to the show? You guys know Dover is not a fan of ugly people. He's not a fan. He's not a fan of people that's hard on the eye.
No,
he's a fan of people who are beautiful. So Dover, were they beautiful?
Listen, let's get something straight. Let's get something straight, T-Crow.
Okay, let's get it straight.
I don't have a problem with ugly people in general.
What are you talking about?
I don't mind making fun of them because sometimes it's funny to just talk, to just laugh at ugly people in general.
Isn't that kind of?
But I don't have a problem when I associate with a lot of ugly people all day. I banged ugly chicks before.
Oh God, we didn't need that information.
I had big fun with boogans.
Look, she's laughing again.
I didn't have big fun. I don't want to get carried away. But
you had big fun because you know what? It was the same thing. Listen, if you close, let me ask you this question, Dover. Then we're gonna move on because I don't want to get deep into this because this can take some time because we're men.
Yeah.
When you close your eyes, that ugly boogie felt just as good as a pretty boogie, didn't it?
No.
Oh my God, that's my guy.
But
that's my guy, people.
Hey, but when she had the great body, I was like, forget about her booking face. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tear it up anyway.
Okay, let me ask you this question.
What?
What if she was pretty with a fucked up body?
Then I would have been. That's happened too. That's very disappointing. I've run into some pretty girls who were just funny built, and I was thinking, damn, that ain't right. But she is. Yeah, I would hit it still.
Okay.
So
that's my guy, people.
I don't discriminate. I don't think I'm not a snob when it comes to, as long as they got some type of sex appeal where you can get an erection without them touching you.
You're gonna do it.
That's favorable.
You're a grown man, and you know what? As a grown man, I can respect that. Okay.
And sometimes
Well, he's still
though,
going, people.
yeah, I'm not done yet.
Okay. Let's keep going.
Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? I talk about ugly dudes, but I'm just being funny.
I know it.
I don't-
You're hilarious.
You know, I've got a lot
People
of,
laugh at you, right? You know that, right? You're the comedy of the show, right?
I've got a lot of ugly friends, and I love those dudes, man. You know what I'm saying? Those dudes is down. They was my boys.
Well, the thing about the ugly dudes is, Dover,
What?
a lot of you guys, I'm talking about me, a lot of you guys had to hang out with them to make you guys seem more handsome. But if you know me, I didn't need that. You understand what I'm saying? You understand me? Listen, I try to hang out with handsome guys so I can see the elevation. I'm like Michael Jordan. I wanted to see how great I was. But we're not going to talk about me. It's not about me.
Hey, man. I was hanging out with popular guys,
Right.
you know, proclaimed pretty guy and beard. Fred got a lot of attention.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You getting a lot of checks.
Yeah, our whole crew was, we was very popular guys. And people understand that. You know what I'm saying? Dover, but you weren't lacking. I don't even want people out here to believe that this guy was, woe is me.
I was not woe is me. You know,
okay.
But
he got his share.
One at a time is enough for me.
Okay.
But speaking of, let me get back to my vacation in Puerto
Right,
Rico.
let's get back to that.
There was some beautiful Puerto Rican chicks down there with big juicy booties, and it was like it was nice.
That's what you gotta love about the podcast. We talk about everything.
You know.
So you had your daughter, so you really couldn't explore the way you wanted to.
I had to pretend like I'm looking away.
Right.
Just staring at booty like, God damn, oh my goodness. No, because my kid, and she looked at me like, oh, man.
You know, she ain't gonna play that.
No.
Because my daughter's the same way. They ain't gonna play that.
But
anyway.
We went to, I won $120 at the casino.
What'd you spend it on?
Oh, just playing slots. I didn't play
Oh, you didn't play tables?
I didn't play the tables. I didn't play craps 21 and roulettes or anything. I just was checking the place out, basically. Me and Shani going in there and getting drinks and going to some club.
But $120 is $120.
Yeah.
And since it's a province of the United States, it's the same amount of money. It's $120.
Yeah.
And we got to respect that.
Yeah. And, you know, it was nice. I swim in the ocean.
Right. I've done that a few times, but you got to be careful.
Right. Yeah.
They're sharks.
Yeah.
But most of the sharks are, like I said, they're babies and they're mothers, and they're not going to bother you because they're spawning. They're staying there because it's like an incubator. It's warmer closer to the coast. And they just not let this information out. They didn't want to let this information out to the public because people would be scared to go to the beaches because they thought they would be, attacked by sharks. But
that's a major.
How deep did you go out there?
I went out into probably
to your head,
neck high.
And that's only like 6 feet away from the beach.
Yeah. So that's enough for me. Plus, those waves coming in, they pull you back out. I don't want to be struggling with my fatness. Right. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep out of the water.
Well, they say if you get caught by the riptide, lay parallel to the beach and swim parallel to the beach. If you're going north or south, it doesn't matter which direction. It stays parallel to the beach and swim opposite direction that is pulling you. Like if a riptide gets anyone out here, this is real talk. You know, Terrence Crow knows a lot of knowledge about useless things. But if a riptide, like a lot of people fight it, that's where they drown because it just pulls them out. Carmelo Anthony got caught in the riptide, and guess who saved him? LeBron James. Because LeBron James knew this. Lay parallel to the beach. So if you see the beach here, just gather yourself and look where the beach is, and go parallel and swim that way, and you'll swim yourself out of the riptide and you can go straight back to the beach.
That's good news.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm here for.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I took swimming lessons when I was a kid, but they don't work the same when you're 50 and fat. You know?
So now I'm 50 and fat. I was looking at pictures when I was 22 and fit.
Yeah.
But now 50 and fat. But guess what?
Yeah.
We're still sexy.
Oh,
We're still sexy.
Oh yeah.
And so don't let that bother you.
Don't let it bother me.
Don't let that bother you.
All right.
But there's a celebrity death. Says Dover, he likes the celebrity deaths. So we're gonna talk about a celebrity death. It's a big celebrity. You listen. I didn't watch the show because of him. I watched it because of Diane Parkinson. Listen, when she got in Playboy, do you understand me?
Right.
That was one of my favorite Playboys.
Yeah.
And then she got in it again at the age of 40 something.
Oh.
There's my second favorite Playboy. Listen, I was a collector of Playboy since I was in 5th grade, and I still got them. They're at my old house. They're in a big box.
Yeah, I like the Pam Anderson Playboy.
Hey man, no, it doesn't compare to Diane Parkinson.
And the
I got those too. I got a collection of them.
Kardashian Playboy. Kim
Man,
Kardashian.
she was okay. Not like that, my
She's got
dear.
that ideal figure though, and
But she paid for it,
and she's gorgeous.
and she's very pretty. You know, she's got that Armenian look to her, and she's very gorgeous. Kim Kardashian, listen, everybody talks bad about that woman. I like her.
Me too.
And like, you know, yeah, she's a slut.
She
Yeah.
is.
So what?
Who says she's a slut?
They do.
Why?
I don't know. But I don't care. And neither do 99% of America.
Yeah.
Because everybody they get with is a slut. And everybody you get with is a slut. That's both male and female. And we're not going to talk about that right now.
No.
What we're going to talk about is Bob Barker and the Playmate Diane Parkinson, who was The Price is Right. He passed away yesterday or the day before yesterday, wasn't it?
Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price.
And he
is
passed
Right.
away at 99 years old, man.
I didn't know he was still alive.
I thought he died too. And then I heard and he passed away. And I looked on Facebook, they said he passed away.
Bob Barker
Oh,
has
yeah.
died.
And I did not know that.
All right. Well, that's got to give my condolences to the friends and family of Bob Barker.
Right. That's deep. 99 years old. Let me ask you a question, though. Do you want to live to be 99?
Yeah. Yeah, if I feel like the medical
But you
tech-
said you're fat and 50,
yeah, I think
so we got to get in shape if we want to go to 99.
Yeah, we
I got to give up the cigars
I
and
could get back in
the
it.
lavish lifestyle that I live. And I got to, well, you know, I did start working out again. I've
Good.
been sweating out all the toxins.
Good.
But guess what?
Very good.
I'm not going to see 99. I'm not going to see 89.
Oh, I probably won't either.
I'll be lucky to see 79. But I'm not mad at that. Everybody's like, well, what are you doing?
Mm.
I'm not mad at that. Not at all. I want to live, like I used to say when I was a kid, I want to live to 70, 70. I'll be happy, healthy, and pretty when I go out. Hey, you know, 75, 80.
Mm-hmm.
Take me out of here. I'm not mad.
What if you're in good shape? And
Well, you know,
mentally
what,
sharp?
the way the world's going,
Yeah.
I'm going to live and I'm going to be suffering because, you know, my grandson had his birthday party today, right? I'm talking to a lot of the young kids, my daughter's friends, my son's friends and whatnot. And one of the guys supposed to be here today for this podcast, but he's not here yet, you know, that generation.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're going to be leading us, I don't know if I'm going to be here.
He's probably playing Call of Duty.
Let's do something. And I don't know, because there's something I want to talk about that we're going to get into later on in the show about our generation and other generations, how we're the last generation to have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And I got that written down right there for the itinerary of the show. So condolences to Bob Barker, living 99 years old.
99.
That's major. And you know what?
Mm-hmm.
He was in Cali and he was a big star. He was knocking them off too. Everybody know that.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, listen, let's give Bob Barker a round of applause for that.
I wonder how many times.
You guys can't hear that, but we know it's going, and it goes on. But listen, Bob Barker, we just gave him a round of applause for that. And when you listen to it on the Spreaker, iHeart, Spotify, what else? iHeart, Spotify, Apple Music, anything that when you get your local podcast, you'll hear this show and you'll hear the round of applause that we gave Bob Barker.
That's probably about it. I wonder how many times he hooked up with a chick though.
He hooked up with all the Barker beauties.
Oh, really?
I read the story.
All of them.
He was knocking Diane Parkinson off.
Was that like a stipulation of
Listen,
employment?
they said, you know, everybody you see how they are on TV, that's not who they are as a person. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta get a booty to Bob
Man, Bob was knocking them off.
to present the turtle
Right.
wax.
Diane and the other one was the other big tall blonde. I remember that was I was in elementary, middle school, and high school and looking at them. Every time I was sick or hurt and I had to stay home, I'm like, damn, they fine. Diane, listen, I go get my man. Listen, she was fine. Let's look her up. You Google her, Diane Parkinson.
Diane Parkinson.
Man, she was cold, and she was one of my favorite. And people that know me know how. Yeah, whatever. So, condolences to Bob Barker. I don't know if Diane is. She didn't really like him like that then because she got mad at him and whatnot. So I don't know. It is what. But people, condolences to great Bob Barker, and come on down because you might be the next contestant on As the Crow Flies podcast.
All right. Hey, that's smooth.
Okay, Dover, anything else we'll talk about during the introduction?
No, not right off the bat. Not right off the hand.
Well, Dover, you know we're going to jump right into this. The big news of the day is the Haitian drivers and the way people look at the Haitian people, right? And before I take my take on it, I want you to tell me, how do you feel about the Haitian people?
I'm wondering what all of a sudden we get this big flood of Haitian people coming to the U.S.
Well, you remember when they had that problem down there, and they had a bunch of refugees. Remember they tried to overthrow the government, whatnot, and then the government got overthrown, and then the new people came in, and then the refugees had to leave and whatnot.
I do not.
Well, a lot of the refugees, they come to America.
Yeah.
A lot of them went to Florida. A lot of them went to Mexico to get to America. And I guess the churches here got money to bring them here, right? So instead of bringing them to California, our church is in Springfield. This is what I heard from underground. I don't get into this war, but they said the churches brought them here, and the job markets like temporary services. We got different temporary services, and a lot of the Haitians work for those temporary services, right?
Okay.
And we're going to talk deep. It's going to take, after we go to the break in 5 minutes. We're still going to be on this, but a lot of the temporary services hire the Haitians because they work for cheap labor, and they stay together. Like your house, Dover, you got a nice big house. You got what, 3 floors?
No, just 2. Well,
you got the basement,
including the basement. Yeah, 3
that's
floors.
3 floors.
Yeah.
Your house, they will put 20 people in that house.
Yeah.
You think I'm lying?
I believe you.
$1 a bed per week. It's all a money grab, right? So if you put 10 people in your house, right? Say you could probably get more than 10. My house on Fountain, I could probably get 10. It's three stories, but my third story is just one attic, and if I clean the other side out, I could probably put more. You know what? I could probably hit 15. So just to say 15 to 20 beds at $200 per week, that's $3,000 a week. And you multiply that by 3.5, right? No, 4.5. So you're getting 3,000. That's 12. You're getting close to $14,000 a month.
Oh wow!
For rent.
I had no idea.
And guess what? The government's giving them stipends, and they're giving them money, right?
Yeah.
They're not going to take care of your house, but you're going to get that money. And by the end of the year, fuck that house, because the house is paid for, and as long as you keep it up to code, they can live there. You keep making that money. I would do it.
Yeah. So,
if you got a second house to live in, I would do it. So these people, everybody is making money off these Haitians, even our local governments. Like when they come in, right? The churches got money. You know, a church is tax-free, right?
Yeah.
They got money for bringing refugees in, right? These Haitians, they don't know our culture. They don't know our laws. They just got dropped off here and said, hey, help yourself. Yeah. So guess what? Everybody's blaming them. No, blame your government, because the government is handing licenses and driving privileges out to these motherfuckers. And listen, one put out in front of me on my bike yesterday, one put out in front of me on my Challenger Friday.
In the car?
Yeah. Oh man, I was speeding. Not fast.
So what happened?
Well,
obviously
as
you did not wreck into
a
him, so what you did?
as a truck driver, I'm a defensive driver,
Yeah,
and you know you're a truck driver and you're a defensive driver.
yeah,
One thing we do automatically is look at all of our surrounding areas,
right.
and even on my motorcycle, it's even dangerous on my bike,
So
right?
you're looking for a way out.
And I found them in both times, and I'm just thinking like, damn, if I wasn't that guy, or I could have been messed up or whatever, I'd have been killed,
Mhm.
or maimed, or hurt, or maybe walked away.
Yeah,
We don't know. But we can't blame them because our government is giving them licenses, they're giving them visas, and they're giving them money to be here. What is your take on that? Do you blame the Haitians?
I don't. Well, if somebody says, "Here, you want this?" Yeah, what are you gonna say? No. I don't like it if they get driving privileges,
I don't like it
and
either.
it's a lower standard than what we have to go through.
Man, listen, from what I heard, they just go through the thing, and the driver that killed that unfortunate young man, man, my heart goes out to his family. But listen, my heart goes out to his family, his friends, and everything. That was tragic.
Mm-hmm.
That young man didn't have to die because of this, because this could have been avoided.
Was it a Haitian?
Yeah, he was in Puerto Rico when this happened. He veered left to center and kept going, and the bus tried to miss him, and he veered left, and the van that the Haitian driver still hit him, right, knocked him in a ravine. But you, as a professional driver, and I'm a professional driver, what would you have done?
It's hard for me to envision the situation. I need all the details.
Well, yeah, but I guess the best I can give it to you is the driver wasn't paying attention. He came left of center on his side into the lane of the bus. And the bus tried to avoid it and went farther right. He still hit the bus. The bus went through, you know how the roads are, went off the ditch and tumbled 4 times, lost the kid.
Well, here's the situation. From what I'm gathering, if I'm in the vehicle, you come left to center, because I've had that happen before to me.
Right.
The guy was dozing off, another truck come left to center
right
on a state route.
That happened to me. I'm gonna tell you about my accident with a truck.
Coming dead at me.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is slow down and I go around him.
Which way did you go around? Did you go around him on the left or the right?
I still had enough room on the right. He didn't come. He wasn't 100%.
All the way over.
Yeah.
Wait, so you kind of woke up when you hit the rumble strip?
No, he came over to where he was halfway in my lane and still on the yellow line. But I had enough. I caught some grass too, but it wasn't a drop off to where if it was a drop off, I would have thought about going the other way around.
Right.
But it wasn't a drop off. It was gravel shoulder, and I caught gravel and some grass with my right side tires. I was able to totally get around him with no contact. And so I didn't know what was happening to the people who was behind me, whether they were paying attention, but I laid on the horn after I got by.
Well, we got to take a break, but I'm gonna tell you what I would have done if I was in that situation, and my heart and everything goes out to the Northwestern community, and the GoFundMe that people are donating to, or helping take care of the kid. Man, listen, no matter how much money you get, you can't bring back an 11-year-old boy, man.
No.
And listen, as a father, a grandfather, a brother, a son.
Bus accident.
Yeah.
Okay.
It made national news, man. This is tragic, and this is. We're going to come back after the break and talk about what we can do to avoid these type of things, what our government needs to do to avoid these type of things, because everything's a money grab. And we're going to talk about the ID of the person and how everything is just a money grab.
Yeah.
And no one gives 2 shits about until now. And now, man, the wine came down, did all this. And listen, we'll talk about that after this break. I got to take a break right now. I'm running late for the break, but we'll be right back. Listen, people, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. 35, 45 seconds. Man, it's just, listen, like I said, man, they came at me one time. Let's say 22.
Listen, it's one thing, and I'll wait till the break's over to say this.
Yeah.
It's one thing for them to let the Haitians into the country.
I don't even blame that shit, man.
But it's another thing to give them privileges.
That's what I'm saying.
If they're not up to standard. I don't even like affected people.
Yeah, like Scott just said, man, they got bonded out. They're probably long gone.
In the country.
Yeah.
They skipped bail.
Yeah. All of and see and I got a what's the thing here? Man, I need an engineer so bad. Can't be my engineer. Where's my COVID? PTLD. We'll go to that later.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the most incredible podcaster of them all, Mr. T. Crow. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention he's very, very handsome.
Who likes that?
You don't have to for this because that's where the feed comes in. Jackass. Damn it. There we go. We're back, people. Man, listen. I try to do shit that other man, listen. It's always something mess with me. But welcome back to the show. And listen, As a Crow Flies podcast, catch us on Spreaker, iHeart, YouTube, Spotify, all your apps where you get your local podcasts. But yeah, my peoples are here, and I'm with Dover. And before I give my 2 cents on it, Dover, you had something else to say.
Yeah, what I do not like is what's more important than my personal opinions about foreigners in this country, which I'll get to right after this. But I don't like the standards being lowered for driving. Okay, if you're going to give us a test and make us study a little pamphlet, then you got to do that to the Haitians.
You got to do it to everybody.
Everybody
who wants to drive in this country.
Who has
Dover, you've been up. You just left Puerto Rico, but we've been other countries, and every time we go there, we have to follow and abide by their rules.
Yes.
Why is it so? As America, supposed to be the leader of the free world.
Yeah.
Why is it so hard for us? Listen, I don't care who comes into this country. I don't care. I'm not the person. Don't come in my country. I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
If you come over here, welcome aboard.
Yeah.
But follow the rules and regulations and guidelines
Right.
to keep myself and my family safe.
Right.
My friends and loved ones safe. If you come over here and get a job, you need to drive. Listen, over there, they don't have traffic lights. You know that, right?
I didn't know.
They don't have traffic lights, and it's a big circle because it's a little island where they drive. Having a circle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everything is dirt roads. There's hardly any paved roads. They drive all over the place. There's no assigned lanes.
Mm-hmm.
So when they come here, they're not taught to drive. They just say they got a pass. Oh, and guess what? From what I understood, is that they're getting a license. They're just go ahead.
I hope you're wrong.
I hope I'm wrong, but guess what?
But
guess what, Dover? From the research I found out, and the research that everyone's giving me, they get a free license.
Because that's bullshit right there.
You're damn right. So you can't blame them, even though they're the ones pulling the trigger. You can't blame them. But you know what? Here's where you blame. You look because it's all a money grab.
Yeah.
So this dude that got caught, right?
Yeah.
Guess what his visa said?
What?
He was a Mexican resident. He had a Mexican visa coming from Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Said he was Mexican. They brought a Mexican interpreter. He couldn't speak Spanish.
No Spanish.
No habla.
He probably spoke French though, right?
Creole, right. And guess what? So when you see him at the stores, you see him here and there, they're over here, and his visa has been expired, I guess, for a year and a half. That's what someone said. Don't quote me, but people said his visa was, but
being the responsible person that I am, if I went to another country, especially, you know what, I don't know if I would go through all this illegal this and that, but if I went to another country, I wouldn't accept the driving privileges. If I don't exactly know how to drive, I'm not going in a circle on a dirt road.
Well, check this over. You as a commercial driver,
Yeah.
and somebody just said something about commercial driving.
Yeah.
I was at a dock the other day,
Mhm.
Russian drivers. He had a hazmat load
Mhm.
of 75,000 pounds just in the trailer. Not counting the weight of his truck. He was overweight.
Mhm.
Hazmat of 75,000. He made it to Columbus dock. I'm like, and me and the other driver I was with, I was like, damn, look at all this hazmat. I said, and then he's like, Crow, look, no placards. He drove to this dock. Listen, with all these people who know about commercial driving, you have to have hazmat. He's a Russian driver. He didn't stop at way stations. He didn't stop anywhere. He was overweight like a motherfucker.
Mhm.
Not only was he overweight, he had a rolling bomb, inhalation hazards, chemical hazards, and flammable and toxic. He was all, man, listen, it was a place that we had a placard, and we only got a couple totes.
Mhm.
He had no placards on that trailer. And the dude was like, hey, Crow, man, I'm halfway done. And I've already got 37,000 pounds.
Mhm.
He's over 75,000 pounds in the trailer alone.
Just the load is
Just the load, not counting the weight of the tractor
yeah, that's
itself.
that's
He's
30,000.
yes.
Mhm.
So he's carrying 100,000. He's overweight in the state of Ohio by 20,000 pounds.
Yeah.
It did stop at way station, but he's Russian. Man, how are they getting their CDLs? Our government is letting them do this. But people want to blame the Haitians. They want to blame the Russians. Listen, it starts with our government.
Mhm.
It's all a money grab.
Yeah.
Our mayor got kickbacks for letting the Haitians move here. The churches got money for letting them move here. Everything is about money. It's not a racist thing.
Putting our lives in jeopardy.
Putting our lives in jeopardy. And now a 11-year-old boy
is dead.
is dead because of their money grab. But now all of a sudden,
Of the US.
DeWine, who's getting kickbacks also,
Yeah.
he came down here, right? And he did his little bullshit thing. But guess what? So now they got checkpoints and they got a helicopter flying around checking for all illegal drivers and all drivers who don't have. Yes, I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
But you're a day late and $1 short.
Overdue.
Because your pocket's getting greased. And I'm pissed because even though I never met the young man,
Right.
I feel the pain.
You know, my sister brought this up while we were on vacation. If there was a bus crash back in Clark County, where was it at actually?
This one was on 41 in the Northwestern.
Okay.
5 miles from the school.
All
Oh,
right.
you know 41 curves around up the hill?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's left the center.
Yeah.
And guess what? Like we was talking about earlier, got cut off. Everybody asked me what I'd have done. I'm like, you know what? I've done this before when I had to hit a deer. I didn't swerve. Because, carrying a truck
Mhm.
is top heavy. Also, the way we're built, we're truck drivers.
Mhm.
I hit that motherfucker head on. Splattered that motherfucker, had the blue windshield wipers. And like they come in as a damn, you couldn't avoid it? No, I'm not swerving.
Right. You don't want to break your own neck.
No, I'm not dying over a fucking deer.
No.
I'm gonna smash that motherfucker. And if there's someone left behind me, they're getting blood squirted everywhere too.
Yeah.
You know why?
Yeah.
Self-preservation.
Yeah.
And that bus driver, he was an older guy. He was like, I want to say they said he was 68, 70. But anyway,
On a bus.
to drive a bus, and I carried those chassis. They're heavy duty chassis. The engines are heavy duty up front. Now, Dover, you're a driver.
Mhm.
You're going. He might have been going 55 miles an hour, 55 to 60 miles an hour of a bus against a minivan. Who wins that run?
The bus.
Why did? And I'm not talking to denigrate or down talk the bus driver, but he should have ran them motherfuckers over.
Should have blasted him.
Should have blasted.
Um,
He might have got injured.
Well,
But guess what?
The bus driver's trying too hard. He has a bus, and you got kids on board.
That's what I'm saying. You got the most precious cargo that you could ever carry.
Yes.
Listen, fuck you. I'm running you
It's
over.
one thing for you to have product that might get spilled or,
Yep.
or knocked around, but you got kids on board, man. You got to do what needs to be done for the children,
Right.
and that's
You
knock that fucking
Knock that fucking van
right
off the road.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, they called Jerome Bettis the bus because he ran people over.
Yeah.
That bus against that minivan, It would have been nothing.
See, this is a different story. If you want to get some minivan and you got kids. I never had kids in my truck. So I was able to slow down, slam on the brakes, go around things, or go the opposite way. But if it comes down to me carrying children in a minivan coming across the road, I knock that motherfucker right back on the right side of the road.
Listen, if I would have been the driver, I hate to say this, I might have broke my leg or I might have broke my hip. But guess what?
Yeah.
Those kids might have got bruised from seat.
Yeah.
But guess what would have happened?
They'd be all right.
They'd be all right. And that motherfucker, them dudes that was left center, I'm like, I'm sorry. I pray to God that they're in heaven. Mm-hmm. But damn it, I got to protect these children.
Yeah, right.
And man, listen. And everybody at my job, they're truck drivers, right? They're like, you should have ran them over.
Yeah. Well, that's a different story. I didn't know it was a minivan.
A white minivan. And the motherfucker had illegal access. He wasn't even legally here, man.
Yeah.
It's all this shit, man. It's just,
so
I feel so bad because you know how I love kids.
And this is what I'm talking about when I say I got to get the details. And this is the details of the thing. I didn't know it was a minivan, and it was a bus driver trying too hard to avoid making any contact. You're putting the life of children in jeopardy to avoid hitting a minivan.
Right. Well, see, the thing about a lot of drivers don't understand is that when you're moving with that kind of weight, it's called inertia.
Yeah.
It's you got the power of all the weight plus momentum. Now, a lot of people say that, oh, he could have jumped in there and rolled over, killed a lot. No. They've done tests on this. That's why they tell us drivers, do not swerve. Do not try to avoid it. Go through it. Mm-hmm. Because they know with the weight that we're carrying. And those buses have heavier structures. They got heavy duty. I moved the chassis. Mm-hmm. They're heavy duty structures. And that engine's heavy. The minivan, he would have plowed through it and kept going. And then that stop. He might have whoa, but he would have plowed through it. Yeah. And he'd have to pull over because his bus would have been fucked up. Mm-hmm. But I think in what I know about driving, I've had my CDL for what, 17, 18 years. Mm-hmm. You've had yours longer. 26 years. My cousin KJ's about the same as you. And guess what? We all seen this stuff. We've seen them hit head on, and we've seen what these can do. And the driver comes out okay. He might have broken a femur, a leg, or something like that. But the car goes okay because he kept going straight. Mm-hmm. And they teach you in school, do not swerve. Right. Do not go over it. I mean, do not go around it. Go through it. Mm-hmm. Because you can't do that.
Yeah. And you don't do that when you have passengers. When you have kids on board, you got to do what you got to do to protect the kids. You know what I'm saying? Even if you had a bus full of old people, ugly people, stupid looking people.
Oh, here you go.
You got to do what you got to do to protect.
And here's the thing, like when I'm in my vehicles and there's a dog or a cat in the road, I'm trained to do this a certain way. And Scott, I'm trying to tell you, I know the way I think, know the way I drive, and the way I do things. I don't swerve. And people look at me when I'm with them. You didn't swerve, no, because if I'm going to, swerving causes accidents. Yeah, I'm going straight. I got to hit it. And now, if I'm in a car and someone swerves like that, I'm laying my head on. I don't want to do that. But if I got a bus that weighs 60,000 pounds, naked, I got to hit it. Yeah. I got to hit it.
And it's different if you got your passengers. That's why you got to get a passenger's endorsement.
You get, they call it, what they used to call it, the, oh God, what they used to call that? Before they grandfathered into the passenger endorsements.
Chauffeur's license.
Chauffeur's license. That's what they call it. Yep. But man, that's a tragedy that we can all sit and debate about what we've done. Yeah. But listen, the thing that we need to do about what we would have done, could have done, or should have done, we need to get on our local governments and our governments about when you guys bring in this many foreigners, make sure everything's right. Do not let them drive. And you know what? There's people who license these cars. And they will license the cars because they're crackheads or whatever, they need the money. They'll put the tags in their names. Get them too. If somebody kills someone or they have a major accident with someone and you license that car without them stealing your tags or whatever, stealing the registration, if you registered that car in your name and it's registered to you, you should be liable for part of that crime. So say he gets charged with vehicular manslaughter, the person that illegally registered that car, if he gets 10 years, that person should get 5. Give him half the time. Listen, and people might not like it, but guess what, people? If he did not have that registered, he couldn't be driving.
Right.
So give them half the time. It's times 10, you got 5. You put it in your name. I know you weren't there. I know you had nothing to do with it, but you were indirectly responsible because you put it in your name.
And I've had people ask me to put things in my name, vehicles in my name, so they can drive them, and it was attractive ladies. And I was
almost gonna do it, weren't you?
I was tempted, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I said, no, I can't do that. No, I can't do it because
you're CDL.
I got a CDL.
And that's your money.
Yeah,
and the CDL's golden.
Yeah.
And man, it's just tragedy, man. I feel so bad because everybody knows how I love kids, man. Man, that is terrible. And you know what? It could have been avoided. So now, people, when we go to vote, pay attention to who you're voting for. Pay attention to what's going on. And we gotta do better. To be better is to do better.
Yeah.
And we got as a community, as a nation, as people, I don't care who comes to this country. I'm not the one people lock them up. No. If you follow the protocol and you're good, you're not doing it legally, come on in.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Right.
Come on in.
I kind of wish they wouldn't let ugly, stupid-looking dudes. That guy who was driving that minivan probably was.
He was. And I got to tell you, like when I went to wash my bike at the car wash, they were all there washing their cars because I and I transport cars and stuff for them, and they're ugly, stupid guys. But I don't judge.
Right.
Because I might be to them.
Yeah.
You see, they call me big man. They call me the big mean brother because I don't play that shit.
Yeah.
Because they play you on your money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not me.
Mm-hmm.
Give a fuck where you from. And we'll have another podcast about why they look down on other black people. Because I asked them. I sat there and had a drink with one of them in Baltimore. I said, why the hell? You ain't even from here. You're looking down on the black people that are here. Oh, it's deep over. I talked to them. You know me.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about that on another podcast.
Right.
It's deep, people. And when I talk about that, you guys are going to be shit because they got a valid point. And I hate to say it.
Yeah.
But don't look at me as weak because I don't play that shit.
Yeah.
I ask people that went with me, I've yanked chains around telephone poles and yanked cars off my shit. Give my fucking money. Yanked them off. Because they're bullshit. I got places to go.
Mm-hmm.
Pay me or I'm taking the car with me. How you gonna get off? Pay me first and I'll show you. They pay me, I'll go get my chain out, yank that motherfucker, get my money. And like my dudes will tell you, oh, FOC, big mean brother. Everybody like, man, that's Crow. He's a good dude. He's funny. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
That's big mean brother. You don't play about his money. No, I don't.
Yeah.
And I'm letting them know that, Dover.
Yeah.
I'm letting them know that.
So they should be deported.
Yeah. Well, guess what? He got arrested and somebody found it out because they got all this bread, right? They got a lot of money that the government's giving them. And they got they're making a lot of money tax free because if you got a visa, you're tax exempt, which I don't get. How come I can't be tax exempt? But that's another story for another day.
Right.
He got bonded out, right? Do you think he's still here?
No.
He's gone.
Skip.
Now. And this is what we live, and this is what everyone goes to work to pay taxes for.
Right.
And everybody looks at T. Crow and says, you're wrong, you're this, you're that. Okay.
Yeah.
Take a look.
Yeah, we need to up the standards.
Yeah. And it's time for another break. Damn, we're moving through the day, people. We'll be right back. This is a great show, and it's deep because we're talking about some deep shit. Yeah. And we'll be right back in 35 to 45 seconds. Don't go away, in the words of Dover. That's what you say.
I've said that before.
Oh yeah, all the time. Okay, here we go. He says all the man the driver is looking at is damn, I gotta read all this shit later. They said 6 months to 12 months to paper said, or a $5,000 fine. Grand jury's supposed to convene Monday for more charges. I bet that motherfucker's not even here. So you would text it.
They should let the parents beat him.
They should let the parents beat him.
Mm-hmm.
We don't live in a third world country like that, but we should. And guess what? If we did, like when that guy went over there, remember when we was younger, 92, and that guy went over there in Singapore and he started keying those cars. They gave him 21 lashes. Ice Cube rapped about that. Remember that?
No.
Give him 21 lashes. Everybody's like, oh, that's wrong. That's wrong. I said, no, it's not. That's what they do. I bet that motherfucker don't go to another country, get drunk and think he can do that shit. He was an American citizen. Mm. Yeah.
Should have made him talk silent after that.
People, this guy, holy fuck, over. Let's see here. What do we have?
As a punishment, give him a choice. You want 20 years in jail, or you want to toss him
Or you
salad?
want to toss some salad? Well, guess what? We got something for you.
What's that?
Welcome back to As the Crow Flies podcast with the incredible host,
Oh, shit.
Mr. T. Crow, and his awesomely funny co-host, Mr. T. Jam D.
Yes, sir. DJRD.
Welcome back.
They can't hear you.
Oh.
Welcome back, people. Go ahead, Dover. You take the welcome back.
As I was
Welcome back.
saying, welcome back. Some of the listeners were talking about consequences for the young man who
I don't even know how old the motherfucker was.
caused the accident.
Right?
The nasty. Was he drunk or
No,
Tired?
that's how they drive.
he just?
They have no
he just-
regulations of driving.
You mean he just such a terrible
Yeah,
driver?
he wasn't paying attention. He was looking down for something. I guess. I don't even know really. But from what the reports say, he wasn't paying attention. And he was doing something.
Not drunk or tired.
No,
Oh my
No.
God.
just not paying attention.
They should let the parents beat his ass. Beat his ass. They should let the parents
Well,
of the 11-year-old, the family members of him, they should jump
well,
him.
guess what?
Jump him.
Well, what
if he survives the jumping, then you're free to go.
guess what?
What?
You let someone do that to one of my kids, you're not going to survive the jumping.
Yeah.
Because I'm bringing Charlie with me,
Who's Charlie?
my Rambo knife.
Oh.
You're not allowed to shoot in city limits or certain places. But they never say anything about pulling my knife out.
Mhm.
I got a Rambo knife that I keep, and it's sharp. It's in my car now.
I'd rather beat someone because
I would beat him,
if you
but
stab
then,
them,
but no.
they
Listen,
just bleed out real quick.
no. After I beat him, then I cut.
Oh, God.
I'm talking to
You
you.
saved the cut.
Yeah,
Save the cut
I'm
for
cut.
last.
Yeah.
It's my favorite cut. T.
After I get him, and I get him to where. Listen, you were wrong,
Violence,
and I'm not God. I'm not God.
violence
And see, here's the thing.
Is a deterrent.
Violence begets violence, right?
It's
We
a
get
deter-
that.
It's a deterrent, man.
Right. And if they would say, well, you fucked up, we're going to leave the judgment and the outcome to the parents of this 11-year-old boy,
Mhm.
and then you make an example, like you're on something. You make an example out of him, guess what? And Scott just said that he lives up there, happened 1 mile from his house. The guy that's going to be a guest,
Yeah.
he's like, the alcohol test didn't come back yet. I hope he wasn't drunk at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. But you never know the way they live. And like my nephew, he works with a few of them. They said they talked about, that's how I know how they drive over there. He's like, they didn't tell him how to drive here. They just gave him a fucking license. And my wife, she works at the care flight unit. She says her friend was there and they just gave him a license. And guess what? from what I've been understanding, they get their licenses easier than we get ours, and they don't know how to drive. So, like I said, even though you pulled the trigger, even though you were ignorant, ignorance is no excuse for law, mind you.
Right.
So he's guilty, and I'm a fair believer of ignorance is no excuse for the law.
Right.
But there also is a bigger hand at play here. They are here for the money. These companies that are bringing them here to work at $8 an hour instead of paying the workers $20 that they're supposed to pay. They're working at minimum wage. They're working at $8-9 an hour.
Yeah.
And they work hard. They do this because they want a better life. I can't blame you for wanting a better life. I want a better life. And if I was living in that tragic conditions, I'd want a better life too. But I would not want to be ignorant to where, like when I go places, I understand things. Like when I went to Cali, I asked people, what colors can I wear in this neighborhood? They're like, you're good. I'm not going into places uninformed.
So you're saying that if you and I, hypothetically speaking, if you and I were to go in on a house, just buy a foreclosed house and fix it up, the code, and then rent it to Haitians for $14,000 a month, that we'd be contributing to the problem?
No.
Well, then let's do it then.
The problem is not them living here.
Okay.
The problem is them not knowing the rules, regulations, and guidelines.
Yeah.
If I'm not giving them a license, I'm just giving them a place to live.
Yeah.
At a high price. We'd be looked at as heroes because everybody would be copying what we're doing.
Okay.
But
let's not tell anybody.
Well, you just told the fucking world, Dover. Jesus Christ.
Hey,
we're on Facebook.
You guys, omit that last.
We're on Facebook, Dover. You told the whole fucking world.
That last 20 seconds of the conversation, omit that from your memories, please.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, come on.
But I would rent a place out to them like that. I told my wife about our old house that the boys are living in. It's nice, but I'm like, we can get the money.
Kick your boys out.
Nah, I can't do that, man. Don't think I ain't thought about it.
Put the Haitians in
I don't think I ain't thought about having them move back here.
Yeah.
You know.
So they can move some. After you start clocking the crazy back in.
They can move back here with me for a while.
Yeah.
And I thought about that, like, hey, why don't you take my podcast room and my steam room? So I started working back out again, my workout place. Yeah. You guys can move back here. But no. I'm just joking. But listen. Over in the bourbon, the bourbon's too strong for you people.
No.
Yes,
I'm a responsible citizen.
And that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, like I say, we need to attack City Hall. What someone needs to say when these town hall meetings are going. Dover, you and I need to go to one.
Yeah.
Together.
And stand up.
No, we need to go together and let everybody know that we're the podcast for the community.
Yeah.
And Scott, you need to come with us, and you guys all with voices. Yeah. We need to go and find out when these town hall meetings are going on and say our piece.
We could stand up and say we're the podcast for the community, and we don't appreciate the way y'all do business. Allowing these foreigners to come in and have driving privileges with relaxed standards is not acceptable, and things are going to have to change.
But do you know when Mexicans, right?
Or we're going to bust.
But check this out: when Mexicans kill, because Mexicans are in the drug trade, we all know that. Mm-hmm. Black guys in the drug trade, white guys in the drug trade.
Cartel.
It's the drug trade. But when some, I don't want to say Mexicans because it's going to make me seem like I'm pointing them out, and I love my Mexican brother.
Yeah.
But when someone from another country is in the drug cartel, right, and a murder happens, you know the first thing they do is export.
Export.
They ship them back out.
Right.
They do not want to go to the money process of prosecuting, executing them, and put them in prison and ship them back out. And you know what happens? 3 years later, guess who's back here?
Murderer.
Yep. So don't blame these people. You can, but start blaming your government, your local officials, the people that you put in power who are doing this for fucking money. It's a money grab. And if America can't see that everything that's going on now is about money, we're fucking blind.
Yeah. T. Crow,
Well, yeah.
did you know that? I hate to change the subject.
Oh, change the subject. You're welcome.
Did you know that ex-President Trump was
Oh yeah, he turned himself in, right?
right? He turned
Do
himself
you
in.
remember like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5? No, we're 3 years into Biden, so 4 into Trump. 7 years ago, when Trump got elected, do you remember what I said on Facebook? And everybody got mad at me for saying that, and they said, "Oh, you're wrong."
No,
I
I
said,
don't remember.
I said Donald Trump says gangster. He's a gangster,
Mm-hmm,
and I said that's not bad
mm-hmm.
because you look at how the mob ran shit. The mob ran shit. Listen, when we talk about gangsters, true gangsters, not the gangsters you see on the street corners, real live gangsters, Dover, they ran shit clean. They didn't fuck with women. They didn't fuck with children. They kept it clean, and you better have your ass in correct line where you get dealt with.
Yeah,
Remember I said Trump was a gangster? And a lot of people was like, "Oh, you're wrong. He's this." I said, "No. He runs his shit like a gangster. And it's clean." And did you see how he rolled in?
no,
You didn't see how he rolled in?
no.
Oh my God. Dover, hey man, listen. Hey, Dover, I'm going to tell you something right now.
How the evil devil.
You need to listen.
Mm-hmm.
Google how Trump rolled in to turn himself in. It was fire. That's something I would do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know why I would do it like that? To let everybody know not to fuck with me. He had at least a 25 car lineup, right? Tahoes, Suburbans, they're all in black. And guess what was in the middle of them?
What?
An ambulance. I said, this is my guy. That's my guy. I don't give a damn what anybody says. That's my guy.
Yeah.
And guess what? You see the picture he turned himself in on? Mean mugging.
Right.
And guess what? He was the only person that wanted to talk to Ice Cube about his contract for Black America.
Okay.
Your boy Biden didn't want to talk to him.
Uh-huh.
Kamala Harris, Ice Cube said it. They slammed the door on him.
Okay.
Trump welcomed him in, had a conversation, said, we can work on that. He didn't get elected.
Mm-hmm.
Ice Cube says to this day, man, the media made Trump look like he is. I was talking to my son and his girlfriend today, right?
Mm-hmm.
And other people today, right? Oh, Trump's racist. I said, really?
Yeah.
Why is he racist? I said, because the media says so. I said, but if you go back and you look who Trump dealt with,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's a racist, so to speak, in that area.
But
If you want to make it out to be like that. But did he say, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black?
yeah, that's not racist though.
Oh my God, Dover. That's the most disrespectful. It might not be racist comment, but it's disrespectful to Black Americans. Because Biden has never been black, right?
No,
Does he know what we went through?
he does not.
But he's gonna tell you, you ain't black if you don't vote for him.
Yeah.
Man, I'd have smacked that motherfucker in his ear. How you gonna tell me because I don't vote for you? That right there, I lost all kind of respect for him.
So, the evil dummy rolled in looking like a gangster, but his bond was $200,000, which he couldn't even.
He could have paid. No,
He paid 10%.
Well,
Yeah.
guess what,
He got a
Dover?
bail bondsman.
Right. Why, Dover? I
What?
can't believe you. You know what? I'm gonna pull this card on you.
What's that?
Keep going. I got you right there, Dover.
And also his henchman, the Root Dog, Giuliani. Also, a
Yeah,
broke
Ryan
ass-
Pulitzer was crazy. Yeah, okay.
he also was arrested.
Yep.
Or
No, indicted. He wasn't arrested.
He was
indicted.
arraigned and
Mhm. This is getting good. We might have to go over an hour
got a
because we're gonna might have to go an hour and a half.
got himself a
Got his
mug
mugshot.
shot.
Yes, sir.
And had to get
Hey man,
representation.
listen. Okay.
Was offered a public defender with his broke ass. Broke bastard.
Hey man. Oh my God. You know what was crazy?
What?
Here's how gangster Trump is. You know, I'm just gonna talk about my man Donald.
Go
You
ahead and
know,
talk about
hey
it.
man, do you know he sent his mugshot out for his campaign posters?
Yeah.
That's gangster.
Yeah.
That's gangster.
Yeah.
Listen, Trump is not down with these motherfuckers.
Right.
And guess what they're doing?
Right.
Here's where I'm gonna get you, Dover. As a black man in America,
Okay. Go ahead.
do you know how many charges have been brought up against you, me, all of us that's been trumped up? No pun intended, but pun intended. Trumped up. Every black man that goes to court.
Yeah.
Charges. And this is what is good about this happening. That's why I like this happening.
Right.
Because now white America can see what we go through. These are trumped up charges against Trump.
No, they're not.
Yes. Oh my God.
No, they're not. He done everything they
No,
said.
no,
He done it.
no.
He called up the Raffensperger in Georgia and asking for 11,000 votes.
He didn't ask him for that. No. That's not what he asked for. He asked for. He didn't ask for 11,000 votes.
He said he needed 11,000 votes.
He said, I need 11,000. He didn't ask for them.
What?
No.
Why even have the conversation?
Hold on a second.
You're trying to pressure the
Well, guess what? No. It could be like, man, this election's close. I need 11,000 votes. What's the count? Like, as a black man that's been fucked.
Count was already done twice.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. Before that phone call,
And
they
guess
had already recounted.
Okay, and guess what?
Then they done a count a third time after that call. To try to get, yeah. They had already counted votes,
Okay, let's talk about Pennsylvania.
recounted,
Let's talk about
did a
Pennsylvania.
phone call,
Okay, we can
did
do
another
that.
count.
Let's talk about Pennsylvania, though. You know, as a man who worked a lot in Pennsylvania, delivered a lot in Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania is it's not a democratic state.
No.
How did they win? How did the Democrats win Pennsylvania? I'll never know. And that's when I said,
I'll tell you how.
like, one thing, here's what I said to myself. Maybe he's on something because Pennsylvania is nothing. If you ride through Pennsylvania, all cities is Trump. Biden won that state. I do not know how.
I'll tell you how. When you ride, when I had doing our trucks, we
Right.
see a bunch of small towns with 10 people in them, and they all got Trump signs out there. Trump. But when you go to big cities like Philadelphia, and
Right.
Pittsburgh, you know what I'm saying, Scranton, Harrisburg, them is all blue. Them is all blue.
Okay.
And you got millions of people who didn't even used to vote at all until they got nervous and scared that Trump was going to be reelected.
Why would you be nervous and scared when the country's running good? Biden's fucked us. And you even admitted this.
The
You know what's funny?
not running good.
Okay, Dover, I got you on tape.
Yeah.
We can go back 3 podcasts ago, and you
Yeah.
said Biden's fucked up.
I said Biden.
You
What did I say? What did I say?
I said, do you think the question was, I don't know it verbatim, but I'm going to put it in process.
Okay.
I said, so you think Biden has done a good job? You said no. I said, do you think the country's being ran good? You said no.
Right.
And okay then. Okay.
When Trump wasn't running the country good.
So you said,
it's better now that Biden's running than when Trump was running.
like I said, man, you know what? So Dover, you're a very smart guy.
Thank you.
People out here who don't know you,
Yeah.
I know you.
Yeah.
I grew up with you. We've been together since we were 8, 9 years old. Yeah, younger. We was young, second, third grade. Dover,
Yeah.
you're a very smart man.
Okay.
You're a funny guy,
Okay.
and you do shit on purpose to get laughs.
Okay.
But right now,
All right.
do you really think if it wasn't Trump, these charges would be brought up? I mean, honestly, no. Just saying if it was someone else, do you think they'd bring
They've done the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would. I don't recall any other
Because
politicians
nothing's
trying to destroy our democracy just so they can stay in power. That's what Trump was
Okay,
doing.
let me ask you a question. Do you know cheated Nixon to win their election, right?
That's what I've heard.
Right on. Kennedy cheated Nixon.
Mhm.
Nixon was cheated. That's why Watergate is Watergate, because Nixon was really cheated.
Nixon.
So hold on a second.
Okay, all right.
So you saying Nixon was cheated? Oh, okay, we can agree with that. And Kennedy got in office because the powers that be, because his daddy was a monster, and Kennedy was supposed to do things with the Cubans, with them building another Las Vegas, but he stopped all that. That's when the Cuban Missile Crisis came. That's why they killed him. Well, we can talk about that on another podcast. But you're saying if someone else did what Trump did, they will be prosecuted? I'm going to get you on this. Why wasn't Hillary Clinton prosecuted?
She didn't do what Trump did. What'd she do?
She got Americans killed.
How so?
Dover.
How
The
so?
emails, and they want, when those guys were over there, they asked for Hillary to do certain things, and she said, "No, I'm not going to deal with it. Off with it is."
Who are you talking about?
Hillary. She got 4 Americans killed. You didn't know about that? Oh, Dover.
No. I've heard about this, but explain the situation with a little bit more detail, please.
Well, see the time. We don't have much time to do that.
Yeah.
I got to take a break right now, and we're going to come back because we're not done yet. But I will be right back. Don't go anywhere, people, because Dover doesn't believe things that are in his face. Like I had a talk with my son and his girlfriend today, and my sons are starting to come along because, like I said, if I was young, and I wish someone would have opened my eyes, because here's the thing about America, people. We live like in Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
And guess what? The curtain got pulled back as I got older. And I saw the Oz. Like, oh, wow, you're really not a Wizard of Oz at all. You're just a guy lying to us. And guess what? The people are believing in this magical wizard. And guess what? Like I told him, like I asked her, what is gas prices now, and what's gas prices then? What is the loaf of bread now than what it was then?
That's all Trump's fault.
No, it's not.
Inflation is.
You don't know when Biden got in office the first day he signed off on everything that Trump did, except for the import tax.
The import tax.
Yeah, he was taxing the people that are imports. He kept that. Trump was taxing the hell out of China. He was taxing the hell out of anybody who wanted to import goods.
But you import goods, that tax is what we pay.
No.
Yes,
It's making them pay it.
No.
You
cannot
cannot-
make them pay anything. No,
Yes, he can. If you want to sell things here in America, he was making them pay.
He cannot make them pay.
And they paid it.
They can't.
And guess what?
A tariff. He rose tariffs.
And guess what? They're still paying it now because Biden.
That's what we're paying.
No.
It is.
I gotta take a break. We'll get back to this, people. Do not go anywhere. We're gonna have an extra segment tonight. Oh, this is great. I love it. We'll be right back. Hey, Dover. No. The dude, man, Buford was like, when Buford kicked in, Dover asked questions but never answers. They love you, Dover. I gotta keep you. You're the greatest. You're the greatest. What's that say? 10409. Oh man. And Trey's like, I can't handle him. Sometimes he's smart enough to look it up. I said, Dover is the man. I love you. You are the greatest, Dover. You keep the needle moving. Because they love you.
It's great.
Because you're a jerk. You're just a fucking jerk.
I'm a great guy.
Don't fart. You gotta fart?
Yeah.
It's off of here. Go ahead right now. Don't let it, they call it the turtle.
There we go.
Fuck! Well, it wasn't on air, at least. Oh my God.
Probably no stink.
Oh man. Hey, see? Hey, look, Rob Ball said Dover's about to be salty. Shit's about to backfire on the Democrats. I'll try to tell him. I don't even think Dover's, listen, people, I don't think Dover's a Democrat. I don't know what the fuck he is.
Independent.
Yeah, he's Dover. And guess what? Let's go back. Oh, I gotta become an engineer.
Get your engineering
Bullshit.
on.
and gentlemen, please give it up for the most incredible podcaster of them all, Mr. T. Crow. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention he's very... Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the most incredible podcaster of them all, Mr. T. Crow. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention he's very, very handsome.
All right,
Hey,
Mr. Barry.
I was like, let me get the mic up.
Oh, my
All right.
God.
Go ahead, don't talk to him.
Mr. He's very handsome. Did they hear that part of it?
Oh, I hope they heard it.
Okay.
Because all you gotta do is take a look, people. If on your screen, enlarge it, and then you'll see.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about fellas. I don't want to be handsome to y'all. But listen,
Handsome to a lot of gay guys. I
see what I'm saying about this church? Listen, this is my dude. I love this man. He's like a brother to me. But I don't want to be handsome to him or any of his friends. Listen, if you're a female, born female,
Or gay guys.
no, with the female thing, like W on the door, I don't trans, no, you're cool. Gays, bis,
If you're a
you can think I'm handsome.
transgender
Just don't
woman,
tell me. Just don't tell
if
me.
you are a
Hey, listen, you can
transgender
think I'm
woman,
handsome,
if
and
you
you
see
know
T.
what?
Crow in public, come right up to him and say, I love your podcast and I think you're the most handsome guy I've ever seen.
And I'll be like, thank you very much, and thank you for your support. Listen, welcome back to As a Crow Flies. This is my dude, man, with Mr. TJMD. Catch us on iHeart. We're on YouTube right now. Spotify, Spreaker, iHeart. We're everywhere you can find your podcast. And listen, this guy here, hey, if he don't make me rich, he's gonna make me rich. I don't know what to say.
Okay.
This is my guy here.
All right.
But
now,
back to what we were talking about. This guy is totally wrong, but let's listen.
now this is what I'm saying. Trump started tariffs. Rose the tariffs.
Because he wanted America to have the money. He taxed the fuck out of China, right? He taxed China like a motherfucker. And because China,
And a tariff is a way of taxing,
right? No,
but it's a tax that we pay. As
no.
citizens.
Okay,
Yes.
keep going.
When foreign goods,
Okay, keep going.
goods that are made outside of America
Right,
and shipped into America
Mhm.
for us to buy,
right.
has a tariff on it. That is a tax.
Because you
that
know why?
we
It
pay.
raises the price, right? That's what-
It's a tax that we as citizens pay when you go to Walmart and buy a product the tariff has been raised on it. That product costs more,
You know what?
and that's a tax that our government keeps.
Right. And guess what Biden did?
What?
He kept that. He kept that.
Yeah,
That's what
right.
he kept.
He didn't
Yeah,
change it.
He didn't change it.
He didn't change it. You're
But he
right.
changed
He
everything
didn't change
else.
the border laws or anything. People say we got wide open borders because of Biden. He didn't change anything. How's it any different now?
Trump tried to close the borders. You don't remember that? And then he got called a racist for doing that.
But the
But
same
do you have a fence?
policy.
Question.
What?
Do you want anybody in your back? You got a fence in your house.
Yeah.
You got a camera in your house.
Yeah.
You don't want your neighbors jumping in your fence.
No.
You don't want strangers in your backyard.
No.
Oh, but hell's bells, people. It's different for the country. Okay, go ahead.
No. I'm just talking about inflation and how Trump sparked inflation, and he's not
He didn't
responsible.
spark it.
He did with the
No, he
tariff-
did
with
not.
the
That's
tariff
just not.
rate.
That's not sparking
That's a
it.
tax that we
No,
have to pay as
We
shoppers.
don't have to pay as shoppers.
Yes, we
Listen,
do.
Dover.
What-
The prices did not go up that much. They did not. Listen,
At
if
that time,
they didn't go
it's
up.
a delayed effect.
everything's a delayed effect. Right, I get that.
Whenever our government makes, talking about Congress, president, and senators, the effects is delayed. It doesn't happen right away that we feel it in our pockets. Okay, but the price of gas, it has nothing to do with Trump.
Oh my God.
It doesn't.
Well, why the hell did it go up when Biden got in office? Why is everything so high that Biden's in office? Oh, it's just a coincidence?
It's because
Oh,
of Trump.
it's because of Trump.
It's a delayed effect.
Wow.
It's a delayed.
I don't believe that.
It's-
Okay.
It's true.
So when Obama had everything going good,
Yeah.
and he bailed out the auto workers, right?
Yeah.
Everything went high. Do you know the price of cars is because of that, right? Because they got to pay, the auto workers and the unions have to pay all their workers their pensions and their retirements.
Yeah.
So price of cars is $80,000, and people can afford them, but the rich are still buying them. But anyway, so Trump had nothing to do with that.
No.
And guess what? So when it happened, oh man,
Listen,
Obama bailed him out. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
Trump had nothing to do with that, right?
No.
And people blame that on him. So I'm not an
They can't
adversary.
blame Trump for the price of cars when he was in office.
Right.
That was already set into motion
Okay.
before he was in office.
I didn't get to finish.
Okay.
Excuse me. But so do you know what runs our economy is education, student loans. Student loans is crazy, right? Biden promised to negate some of them. He couldn't do it.
He did.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he
did a
didn't.
break on some student loans. He's
Don't
about to
break.
do it. He's about to do it again.
Well, let's find out. Because everybody I know, my kids included, break their app.
Well,
They were
I
on
heard
federal student loans.
Right.
And most people got Sally Mae and this and the other. So that was a broadcast live. I'm going to give you a break in your student loans. He didn't say just federal. He said, I'm going to give you a break in your student loans. But it was a
some people
lie.
Did get it.
They got a little break on federal.
And they're about to do it again.
On federal student loans.
And they're about to do it
But
again.
not on Sally Mae and all the private lenders. There's no break.
They're about to do it again. If you got a student loan,
Man, listen, education and cars.
not a private loan, a
student loan, right.
Right.
Education and the price of cars are fueling America's economy.
Okay.
And everyone knows that that's in the system.
Price of cars.
Yeah, the price of cars is crazy.
Okay.
The same car that we bought like when we were 25, 30,
Yeah.
I got my 80 Bauer Expedition, brand new. You remember that?
Yeah.
That motherfucker was cold.
Yeah.
It was the owner of the company, his wife drove it for a year. I bought it for $25,000.
Mm.
That motherfucker is $75,000 to $80,000 now.
Mhm.
Man, they can't. What the fuck? A car? I bought my first house. We paid $42,000 for it. You know what it's worth right now?
Probably triple that.
Yes, 100-some thousand.
Yeah. The housing market.
This is all from Biden. They all listen. The Democrats are business-minded people,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't care about the small man. That's why I tell black people, you guys want to keep following these Democrats. Before my uncle died, my uncle Bill, God rest his soul, he apologized to him because he said, Terrence, you were right. Because he was a Democrat through and through.
Yeah.
I said, Uncle Bill, let's listen to the statement. When Martin Luther King, like I keep saying, his major goal was not marching, was not civil rights, it was voter acts. And he got the voter act in 1965 to go through. But he was so powerful
Right.
that he started doing other shit. But guess
Martin
what?
Luther
Yeah, oh yeah, he's a powerful man. But because he had the backing of the people. But the Voter Act in 1965. So when they say, oh my God, black people want to have equal rights and this, that, and other to vote, what did the Democrats say? We need them. We got to get that 20%. Back then, I think we were like 20-25% of the population. We need that to control. And guess what they promised us? Better housing,
Yeah.
better schools, better jobs, better education, better roads, better everything. And I played that in 1966 for the election coming up. I played that, the Democratic speech. You listen to it today from what they said 4 years ago, the exact same speech. And guess what? If you do not give me what you promised me in 55 years, it's a fucking hoax.
Then
And guess what?
Then what?
Well, guess what they did?
What do you do?
You get a black president.
Okay. and
Hold on a second, time out.
Okay.
You get a black president just to satisfy and quiet the roost.
Okay.
And then guess what you do after that?
What?
You get a black woman vice president.
Now, what you do after you get the black president is get an evil dummy president. Okay.
You know why you call him evil dummy?
What?
Because he doesn't get along with the program.
No, because
This program
he's
is he.
evil and a bad person.
You think the
He's a
program's
terrible
not
guy.
bad? Okay,
That's
let me ask you
why.
this.
Not
You,
because
you
of-
think the program's not bad, though? You think this program's not bad? You think this program's not evil?
I can't blame a program, man.
No,
It's an
really?
abstract idea.
Okay, let me ask you this then. The people that come and lead this society
Mhm.
in this program, you don't think it's evil and dumb? Come on, Dover.
The people.
Look at the people that are leading.
Yeah.
You don't think they're evil and dumb?
I think they are corrupt.
Okay, that's a start.
They're corrupt people.
Man, the Democrats are the worst people on the planet. And they're using my people.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. They're using my people in a bad way.
Listen.
And
they're politicians, they're corrupt.
It's not about being a politician, Dover, man. They are destroying my people. They're destroying you. They're destroying everybody.
Republicans are no better.
Listen, I'm not parading.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the Democrats are some of the worst motherfuckers on this planet walking.
Yeah.
I didn't say Republicans are good.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, do you know Trump is he's not really a Republican.
But, right.
You know what he is? He's a businessman, right?
And a terrible one at that.
But guess what?
What?
He got his rolling. And it's just so happened that he ignited some shit with some people that people don't like, and the media ran with it. Listen, like I told my son and his girlfriend today, do you think stop shooting black people? Hold on, answer the question.
No.
Why did we hear about it?
The media?
The media.
Yeah.
The media didn't like Trump either.
Yeah.
So they're going to, listen, propaganda is a motherfucker. Propaganda can make you, Dover, look like a king. And it can make me look like a peasant who's a piece of shit. And guess what?
Yeah.
And then when the election comes, it can reverse it.
Yeah.
I'm a king, you're a peasant, because that's what the media portrays.
Yeah.
The media and everybody didn't like Trump because you know why? Trump didn't follow their plan. Dover, I don't follow people's plan. And guess what they say? Fuck it. He says he's that. Listen, I just want everybody, I don't care if you like Trump or not.
Listen, Trump
it's not about Trump. This is not about Trump. This is
Yeah.
not about things. I keep telling everybody, look at the program. Look at what's going on. They got you people.
Trump is getting donations, millions of dollars of donations, okay? And he's using them on his lawyers.
Man, I don't believe
this.
Where'd you hear this from?
This was in the news. Not
the media.
No. This is not the regular media. This is not CNN,
okay,
CBS,
okay.
MSNBC.
I got you.
Okay, this
Okay,
is the young church.
okay. Okay. I liked it.
Okay.
I liked it. And guess what, Dover?
What?
Okay. Let's say I get pulled over with some bullshit Trump charges.
Yeah.
And I get a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Right? And I say, look, I need help fighting this case.
Yeah.
And I get a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I got $50,000 to fight the case.
Right.
What's wrong with that? Talk to me, Dover.
This is what's wrong with it. You didn't elicit these funds ahead of time. First of all, you didn't lie and say, I'm going to use my own money for campaign.
I was using my own money, but hold on.
Hold on, I'm going to get to the question.
Okay, that's fair.
You didn't at first lie and say, I'm going to use my own money. And then elicit these funds for campaign money, and then turn around and use these funds for defense of things that you absolutely did do.
Okay, can I answer that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Let's say, Dover, I got a GoFundMe, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I need the money, right?
Yeah.
Boom, I get $60,000, right?
Yes.
My campaign takes $38,000 of it.
Yeah.
Okay, I got $30,000 left over, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I got a charge. I can't use that money for that?
You can legally.
That's what he did.
Right.
Okay. What's wrong with that?
I didn't say that was illegal.
Okay.
There's nothing illegal.
So what are you saying about that, Dover?
All I'm saying is that's
my
deception. He's juicing people.
He's not juicing
He's
anyone.
juicing these people out of their ducats under false pretenses. All right.
What's the false pretense?
That first of all, he told them he didn't need their money, and then when they started donating,
okay, maybe he didn't need it. Listen.
Yeah, he always needed it.
No, he didn't need it. But if you gave it, I said just now,
he doesn't have as much money as he says. That's all.
Okay, well, who cares about that?
Okay, so he's taking the money and he's using it as
who cares, Dover?
In his defense,
because it was given to him.
Yeah,
Dover. If someone gave you all this money to take care of a problem, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, my problem cost $30,000. You got $100,000 from the people. You gonna give the 70 back?
No.
What are you gonna use it on? Whatever you want, right? Whatever you want.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what he did. So why is he wrong?
That's not a problem. I'm just saying that's part of his deception.
But it doesn't matter about the deception, Dover.
Listen,
The money was given to him. He can do whatever he wants with it. I give you $100,000, Dover. Your problem takes 30,000. Okay, here's 100. And you got 70 left over.
Mhm.
We thought it would be 100, and I gave you 100. I'm like, I don't want it back. Dover,
What do I do with it?
you do whatever you want with it.
Buy a house and rent it to the Haitians.
Okay. This guy's an asshole. But guess what, Dover?
Yeah,
You did what you want with the money.
yeah.
Man, you can't blame him for that. And see, here's the thing about this. Everybody looking at Trump like he's not human. He's more human than anyone.
Yeah,
He's a flawed motherfucker.
right.
And as human beings, we're all flawed.
Yeah,
But God damn it, look, he's fighting the system. Not for me, not for you. He's fighting the system for everybody. The system is fucked up.
he ain't fighting for everybody.
The system's fucked up, Dover.
Yes, it is.
And he's fighting it.
He was
And the
part of
reason,
it.
and no,
Yeah,
that's what he said.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. He goes, what made me look at him different during the debates when he told them, yes, I know because I was a part of it.
yeah. He's been doing illegal shit his whole life. Now he's surprised.
No, he's not surprised.
He's
No.
being indicted for.
You know what he said?
Yeah.
No. It's like us. Like
He's
I said earlier.
surprised.
No, it's not. No, it's
Yeah,
not.
yeah,
No, it's
he
not.
is. That's
Like
why
I said earlier, now, this is good for him. See, once again, like I told everybody, Biden said he was going to unite America. He's doing it because he sucks. But here's what he's doing.
Mhm.
He's bringing black people over to Trump because he's like, damn, he's getting trumped up charges against him that's bullshit like we got.
Mhm.
Trust me, I've been talking to people and they're like, that's what we go through. It's making people black people, more adjacent to Trump.
Well, that's unfortunate because Trump's been doing a lot of illegal shit his whole life.
Well, so what happened to everybody?
Okay, you and I have not been doing a lot of illegal shit our whole life.
No.
We've been trying to avoid
Mhm.
legal problems.
Illegal bullshit, right?
Yeah. So we're not
Man,
becoming president and then
here's the thing.
trying to destroy
Well, see,
democracy.
What happened? No.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's restoring democracy.
No,
you know why?
he tried to destroy democracy.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Okay, Dover,
Yes,
I know what
he
you're saying.
did.
Okay.
He tried to destroy
Well, this
democracy.
is a great podcast where we keep going.
Okay.
You know why, Dover?
Why?
Because how was this democracy founded? How was this democracy built?
On the backs of slaves.
Okay,
Right.
that's how the money was built. But the democracy itself,
Is what?
to get free from England, how was it built? The Boston Tea Party. That was the start.
Right.
We don't want all this bullshit and these taxes you're giving us.
Yeah.
We're not taking it anymore.
Right.
That's what he did. And see, people somehow forgot about that.
No, listen. This
Oh,
democracy.
Dover.
This,
My God.
This democracy.
He said Dover's hilarious. Brian,
This
he's
democracy.
being serious.
Listen, this
Okay.
democracy was built because they didn't want to pay taxes to the king.
Exactly.
They're no longer a part
And
of that
and guess what it
system.
was called? Taxation without representation.
Well, they were.
Hey,
Listen,
what are we doing now,
the
Dover?
settlers in this country, the Pilgrims didn't want to pay taxes to the king.
Right?
Okay, they broke.
Well, they were paying it.
They
And
were.
then, they
They
were
decided
paying it.
not to.
And guess what? The shit got ridiculous. Like it's getting ridiculous
No,
now.
they
Hold on a
decided-
second, Dover. Hold on a second. You're onto something.
Yeah.
And I'm going to bring you really on it.
Yeah.
They were paying the taxes.
Yes,
And guess what? It got ridiculous.
they decided not
They
to.
said, fuck that. We're not taking this anymore.
Right.
Guess what?
What?
What's going on in America now? We're paying too much for this shit. And guess what?
Taxes.
Everything. And you mean to tell me from what we were built upon, everything was built upon. Now, listen, I wasn't born back then, but I'm gonna use that example.
Mhm.
What everything was built upon, we're paying too much. Fuck that. We're gonna fight. What is wrong with the exact same thing that's going on now?
It's not the same because
Oh my God.
they were
It is.
paying taxes to a king
Right.
in England. They're
Right.
in the U.S.
Okay.
They're over here.
Right.
It
I
wasn't
get that.
the U.S.
I get
at the
that.
time, but it was
It was still the colonies.
right.
We go to 13 colonies and everything.
So,
we get that.
You
But guess what?
broken loose from England and said, "I want to set up our own civilization."
Right. And guess
over
what?
here."
We decided when that was all done,
Yeah.
it was decided that this would not be allowed again. But guess what's going on now? 1774. Now we're in 2023. Over.
Yes.
250 years, right?
Yes.
The shit is going back to the rich. And everybody, and he's like,
Wait a minute.
fuck that.
1774
Yeah.
till now it's 200.
It's 260 years, right? So guess what? The people like us who are middle class Americans who work hard and everything, they're like, nah, Trump's right. This is bullshit. Trump is the one that exposed him. So now that they're exposed, they want to denigrate him and get rid of him. And guess what?
What did he expose?
He exposed the corrupt of the system of America.
He's part of the corruption.
Yes, and that's what he said. But guess what he said? Let's end it. Listen, Dover, if
He is the swamp
no, he's
that he
not.
was supposed to drain.
And guess what? He decided to leave.
He's
Okay, Dover.
he's
If
doing
you're
just as much illegal shit as everyone else.
he did it.
And his
guess what?
kids.
He did it.
And his
But
kids
guess what?
getting billions
But guess
of
what?
dollars
He
from,
did it. He did it.
from
and-
the Arabs.
But he did it, and he said, guess what?
What?
I've seen enough and I've done enough. Let me end it. So everyone gets mad at the snitch that tells them the drug dealers. No, they don't. They give them houses. They do this for them. He just said, fuck this. I'm telling you, I'm done with this shit because I'm gonna run for president and expose you.
But he's not doing it. He was
He
sucking
did it.
Putin's
No,
ass,
no.
getting money from
And
Russia.
guess what, Dover? I told you to look.
Getting money
Guess
from
what?
Russia.
I guess what, Dover?
What?
You still haven't looked at how the world looks at Putin.
Getting money from Russia.
No.
Putin just blew up a plane.
And you still haven't looked up what the
No
world-
one likes
Listen,
him. He's
listen.
an
Okay,
evil
okay,
dictator,
Okay,
communist.
let me tell you how the media works this shit, right?
All right.
I've done some research on Muammar Gaddafi. The American public hated Muammar Gaddafi because of the media, right?
Yeah.
Muammar Gaddafi not only wanted to change the money in Africa, you know what he was also doing?
What?
You know, under the deserts, the Sahara Desert, the biggest desert in the world,
What?
is the largest resource of natural water, for fresh water.
Under,
Under the Sahara Desert.
mhm.
Muammar Gaddafi was going to dig that up and make a man-made river and supply Africa with water to grow and produce its own vegetables, fruit, everything, right?
They can't do that now.
No, because America blew up his pipeline. Because he not only was going to start his own money, he was going to do that. And that was going to fuck with our export of fruit and vegetables. Well, hold on a second.
Fruit and
So-
vegetables.
Oh yeah, we export a lot of shit.
Okay.
Fruit, vegetables, everything. Canned goods and stuff that comes from fruit, vegetables.
They can't grow their own fruit.
No,
and
because of the
vegetables.
water supply.
Mhm.
Because it's hot there in that desert. So, Muammar Gaddafi was doing
Isn't
it.
the Sahara Desert?
The largest desert in the world, yes.
Okay.
And guess what? He was going to do this.
Okay.
Obama killed him. Had him killed.
Obama did.
Obama had him killed.
Killed Muammar Gaddafi.
Yes.
All right.
And guess what?
What?
American public hated Muammar Gaddafi. Called him evil dictator. Called him the same thing you said about Trump, evil dummy, evil dictator.
Yeah.
And guess what?
What?
Muammar Gaddafi was saving Africa, and he was going to save the planet. And guess what? China,
Mhm.
Russia, and everyone else are following his suit. Muammar Gaddafi wasn't a bad dude.
So Putin.
But whoa. Let me finish.
Okay.
The American media,
Mhm.
what Biden and Obama made him look like a terrorist, then they killed him and everybody cheered it. But it wasn't to be cheered. And to this day alone, Kuwait and all those surrounding countries are starving. You think America gives a fuck about them? Our government gives a fuck? The only thing I'm telling you is all this shit is underneath the soil that no one knows because of the media.
So
Listen,
so
the media
Yeah.
still, when Trump was in office, they showed every cop killing of black people. They showed everybody who wasn't black killing black people. You
Yeah.
think that stopped?
What's that got to do with Trump?
It was a part of his.
It's not blaming it on him just
No,
because showing the
but he
media.
was in office then.
Yeah, but what's that got to do with it?
Okay, why are they showing it now that Biden's in office?
I mean, it's still going on, but
But they don't show it.
yeah.
And they don't show the margins.
But
My
we did
people,
have the George Floyd killing and the biggest protest in
that was it.
American,
That was during Trump.
in American history.
That was during Trump.
They can't avoid putting that on TV.
Okay, well, guess what happened? BLM was another site. We all know about that. That bitch sold that motherfucker out for millions, and she walked away. Listen, man, I'm tired of my people getting persecuted and getting sold out.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. That's what happened. But now all of a sudden, we got Trump. Oh, we're going to show everything. Now Biden's in office. This motherfucker's more racist than Trump ever was.
I don't know about that.
I know about that.
Trump's
He
niece.
said
Trump's niece said he was a racist. His niece.
Man,
It's his family member.
and she's a
Blood
dope
relative.
head. She's a
She's
dope
his
head.
niece.
She's a dope head that they paid to do that. Come on, man.
It's his niece.
Dover, come on, man.
Was your niece say, "Oh, Terrence"?
Guess what? If she's a dope head,
Uncle Terrence.
and guess what?
Is a
if she's a dope head and you're gonna give her $1 million, she'd say anything. Come on, Dover.
my niece,
Stop it.
My niece would not say that.
Well, I don't think mine would either because she's not a dope head. My niece is very smart and she understands what's going on with this climate. In this climate, why are we not being showed black people getting persecuted and done wrong under the Biden administration? Because the media doesn't want to show
Does
it.
it help?
Hey, it just stopped all of a sudden, people.
Yeah.
Hey,
People know that it stopped. That hasn't nothing to do
man,
with
listen,
Trump.
man, these motherfucking Democrats, they are part of the kidnapping body count surplus over America.
The deep state.
Oh man, listen, we can go on and on and on, man. Man, it's just fucked up that America doesn't see what I see because they're blinded by Oz. The Wizard of Oz plays a flag. Man, fuck that. Take a look. Just take a look.
Mhm.
Just take a look. And everybody who takes a look, they say, damn, you're right. You know what? My uncle, who was a veteran, he was pissed at me for what I stood for. He was pissed at me for what I said. I ain't fucking voting. Fuck that. He was pissed at me. And then he said, you know what he did before he died? He was like, Terrence, I apologize.
Mhm.
Because he finally saw, and it was too late. He was already old. He was a veteran. He's like, this is bullshit. He goes, we're killing our young men. Dover, you're a smart guy.
Mhm.
I just want you, before we end, we're about to end here short. Please look. Wednesday, we're going to be at your house Wednesday?
Wednesday.
At your house, right?
No, your house.
Back here Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay. We back here Wednesday. And guess what? We're going to retouch this. I didn't get to touch on everything else. I didn't get to talk about the fun we used to have and how all these Terminator shit's happening because we got stuck on it. We had a great show tonight. My guy Dover is fantastic. I love him. He gets my mind going. He keeps me sharp. He keeps me smart. And guess what, people?
You're welcome.
No, you're welcome.
Okay.
I feel like Maui on Moana. Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Hey, Dover, you're welcome too.
Okay.
And guess what, Dover?
Make you laugh.
Thank you for your support.
Yeah.
My man Dover. Hey, I sure will, Ryan. I got a video to send to you, Dover.
Okay.
Listen, Dover, hey, that's my guy. Nothing but love. He keeps me going. Hey, listen, what Mike Tomlin say? You can't box if you don't spar. And guess what, people? He keeps me sparring.
Yeah.
And guess what? I keep him sparring too. And you got anything to say to the people about good night, Dover? Oh, we've been to look up how Putin is looked at throughout the world.
Now, Putin.
Oh, yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. I'll look up
Oh, my God. I got a doctor put in work.
Putin Clan.
Oh, man, listen. I put Ghostface Killer. I put a 60-second. You know, they're doing the hip-hop thing in New York, right? Ghostface put this 60-second vibe together, man. I put them on Facebook. Listen to it. Ghostface, man, goes hard. Anyway, people, y'all don't know who Ghostface is. Look him up. Part of the Wu-Tang. One of the hardest MCs ever. But we got a lot more to go for the next time. And old man TJMD, my guy didn't even show up today.
Yeah.
That's
So-
Ghostface right there. But anyway,
So I was wrong. I said he would show up when the show was almost done. He didn't show up at all, and we went overtime.
right.
But
And guess what? Hey, Ryan. Thank you, man. Ryan, when you're in town, you can join the show. He's one of our favorite. He's one of our faithfuls. He loves the show, Dover, and he's like Scott. Scott, you're welcome too. these two guys, they give me a lot of information, man.
Mhm.
In Dover, I got a smart audience. You got a smart audience. Use that.
I do. Oh, yeah, I do.
Use it.
It's a smart audience, intelligent listeners, and video viewers. Yeah, it's a good. I mean,
It's what we do here, and I love doing it. And because sooner or later, Tupac said, people, you might not be the one to change the world, but you could be the one that sparked the brain of the person who changes the world.
y'all sparked my brain.
And guess what? If T Crow sparks the brain of the person who changes the world, thank you for your support.
Yes. Thank you.
But get Dover, go ahead and hit him with it.
And with that, people, show is over. Thank you for tuning in. All you valuable and faithful listeners and viewers of the show. I appreciate you. And we're out of here like last year. See ya.
Peace. Damn Dover. Oh, 1 second. Turn this on. Oh shit. Stop it. What the hell? Man, listen. Can I get me an engineer, please? Whoever's watching this show's an engineer. Hey, Scott, you're gonna be able to guess.
I've seen a couple pieces. I think, again, everyone is entitled to their opinion and everyone can see things through their own lens. And it may not, some of it could be true, some of it may not be true, but that's the lens that you see it through. So you just speaking to your truth.
Everything I said, you really get the plan. Oh yeah. We'll put it on and it will be our outro. Maybe EMD and Schoolboy or Crutch. You got it stuff.
You still on Facebook?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Live from Springfield City.
Yeah, you gotta go ahead and do your thizzle. Do your thizzle, Dover. I'm gonna send that to you one day. Yeah, that was a good one there. Everybody loved it. They was commenting left and right. Yeah, Dover, man. You my guy. I love you. Because you're just a jackass. You're just a jackass, man. And everybody knows it, right? I ain't mad at you.
What do you mean?
This guy's just a jackass. Oh, I got to stop
They
this.
probably disagree with you.
Oh, end stream right here. Yeah, good one here.
They probably disagree with me. Probably